Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're back again. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
Are you guys ready for episode 5 of The Walking Dead?
Ooh,
Sure we
yes.
are.
Sure.
So, because
Can't
you
get any
guys can't get any worse. Now, you guys are completely blind to this series. They know nothing besides the first 4 episodes that we've seen. And
Yes.
I do have to correct myself because a couple times, it's been a while. We watch a lot of stuff. I love you guys. Thank you for being so kind. I have to say that because I caught myself saying, oh, I saw up to season 7 because I couldn't remember exactly what season that Nicole, Lee, and I left off on. And I had to look it up on Storm Akima because I was like, was it season 5? I don't really remember. And I was like, when did it? And I remembered the events, but I'm like, okay. And then no, we ended on season 7. So I was like, oh, whoops. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are commenting like, wrong season,
so
Dawn. But love you guys. Sorry about
Please
that.
refer to your own
anything.
YouTube channel.
I know. We do watch a ton of stuff, and I thought I'd be able to keep track of everything.
Yeah.
But honestly, everything usually is on the top of my mind. I think I'm pretty good considering like all the stuff that we do.
It's a long
Oh
time
my
ago.
gosh.
And it's been a while, sadly, because we love Nicole, and maybe one day she'll join us again. We try to see each other now and again, and hopefully soon. Just the channel is kind of hard to commit to for her, which I totally understand. I love you so much, Nicole, and you are amazing on the channel. But Lee, love you too, and she should be joining us at some point, which would be fun as well. And hopefully Erica, because Erica, she saw
Right.
John Wick
Yeah.
with us. You guys have not seen John Wick. We've had a few requests for that, so that'll be interesting if that wins. Whoa. So check out our links below, guys, if you want to vote on our Patreon. You can request and vote there. We usually see everything there. And yeah, so what happened last time on Walking Dead, guys?
Oh boy, those
Man,
walkers.
walkers got right to their camp,
They sure did.
and they killed a lot of people. And Jim had this nightmare, this dream, and he started digging prior to it all.
And Amy
And then-
died.
And he remembered why he was digging.
That's crazy. That is so
That's
creepy.
really
That gives me
sad.
chills. Like,
Creepy.
how did you
Walkers.
know? I mean, you're in an apocalypse. It's still so new. You lost so many people. So it's a legit feeling to be like, I mean, it sucks, but to be like, well, we're all doomed anyways. I'm just going to dig these holes. But he even said, like, he didn't even know why he was doing it in the first place till
Yeah.
at the end.
No.
But it's just depressing as heck, and he
Oh,
lost his whole
yes.
family. And that's one thing that I really do like about this show too, is like, you know, we're hearing about Jim's past, we're hearing like these smaller stories, even with Andrea and
Yes.
Amy, and
Yeah,
them
that was
talking about their
sad.
dad and how their dad was different to accommodate how different they are with their personalities. And it's sad, and saying like, well, hopefully they
sad, yeah.
survived in their area. What was it, Florida or something? And
Or I think
Yeah.
down that way. Yeah.
I mean, you just hope people survive, and I mean, I would be like that too, but when you have so much death around you, it seems so hopeless,
sad.
right? It just really makes you
Oh,
think. and
big time.
No.
communication being
Yeah.
down, like you have radios, thank goodness, but like you can't just pick up your cell phone and call someone from afar.
Yeah, and you
That's
just
right.
have to, create a new life for yourself with
That's right.
strangers ultimately, and you have to trust each other.
Yeah.
And that's,
Lifestyle
that's
changes. Great
hard-
deal.
Yeah.
hard life they're living right now.
And learning a lot. I mean, you have to learn as you go,
Sure.
unfortunately. And we were talking last time about setting up perimeters and how important
That's
that
right.
is to know your
Definitely.
surroundings, especially when you had a walker eating a deer a previous episode or so. You know, like
Yeah.
they never come up
Just
this
have-
north, and
it's
then
just-
Like
You
when the
have to
guys
have-
went down to go get the guns, and they met up with that other group, Felipe. They always had guards outside the nursing
Yes, they
home,
did, yeah.
and
Good for them.
you gotta have guards. You gotta have people watching
Yeah.
Just not just one guard. You have to have several.
24/7 because
Definitely all
they can
around
come
perimeter.
anytime. Apparently, look what happened. Poor Amy, and Ed is dead.
Ed is dead. I should laugh at that, but I'm like, I couldn't stand him.
He was.
He was
Horrible.
a deadbeat, mean man to his family.
So we are
And good thing
watching.
his daughter wasn't with him, with
Thank
him.
goodness,
in the
yeah.
tent.
Yeah, I mean, thank God. Yeah, because he tried to force her to stay there, and
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't know.
Carol
what was
said
gonna happen,
no. She
but
wanted her to go with her.
yeah, she put her foot down and she stuck by it.
Good for her.
Yeah. So shall we get into this episode?
Yes, let's
Yes.
We are watching on Netflix and not looking at the title. 105.
Maybe you're listening right now. I hope so. I found others, a family, if you can believe it. Do not enter the city. It belongs to the dead now. Morgan, take care of your boy. I'll try again tomorrow at dawn.
On a couple, father and son from this town.
Look, at she was smoking for a second.
Oh.
She's gone.
That comes in handy.
She's still
Get to do the big fire during the day.
Won't even talk to us.
Andrea.
Holy!
I know how the safety works.
Huh. You know how the safety works?
Take the shot. Clean in the brain from here. Hell, I can hit a turkey between the eyes from this distance.
No.
Oh, blood around him, like it's right next to him.
Our people go over there.
It's a difference. They're all infected.
Our people go in that row over there. We don't fire them.
I'm very surprised Joe was good with that.
That blood's fresh. Were you bit?
You bit.
Don't tell. Please.
Don't tell!
Oh my God, you had to. Oh, yeah, see?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he got a good bite.
Yes, he did.
I'm okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
Mhm.
You have
I'm
to.
okay. I'm okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, can you imagine, like, this is the end of your life.
I heard the CDC was working on a cure. I heard that too. Heard a lot of things before the world went to hell. What if the CDC's still up and running?
And that is a
That's
stretch right
scary.
there.
Why?
Do what you need to do. That's when he's have some balls and take care
See,
of this damn
see?
No, 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 no,
We
no!
don't kill.
That's too savage.
I had a feeling he was going to try.
I came to pay my respects.
They're just all covered in blood.
You girls were the first people that I cared anything for.
Her birthday was always like a week-long affair. But I somehow always missed it.
You know, things are hard enough for you without adding guilt into the mix, huh?
God, the noises scare the crap
My
out of me.
God, I just jumping.
Ow!
Oh,
Ow, it's put the head.
oh,
Oh.
boy, she is really.
Ow,
Oh boy, she's really hitting at him.
Uh-oh, she's turning into it. She's turning into
No,
it.
no, come on, no, no. Oh yeah, no, 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 no.
Her eyes.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Oh, there they
Oh,
go.
yeah. Oh yeah. Move. You better get.
Here she goes.
Oh no, no,
She's
no,
gonna bite
no,
you.
no, no! Watch it! Watch it! Watch it! Watch it!
Look
Watch
at
it!
her eyes, babe.
Oh,
She's growling.
look at her arm too. Whoa, she's getting pushed.
She's gonna bite
No,
you.
no, she's not. Yes, look at her. Oh, come on.
I love you.
No.
No,
Oh, she's
no.
doing it on purpose.
Oh, she's
Okay.
okay.
I mean, to even let her grab your hair, you don't know,
Yeah,
scratches
no,
or
yeah.
what can
Yeah,
cause the
scary.
That was
infection.
perfect.
If we hadn't gone off and brought those guns back when we did, I think our losses would have been a lot worse.
Don't start arguing amongst yourselves. Oh
Okay.
boy. Oh gosh. Oh.
Give me a chance to discuss some things with your mom, okay?
I'm so happy.
You got guns now. We're stronger.
And we have fewer people. That makes us weaker.
Work the ragged edge.
Jim gonna
here.
come out of the
We need
woods.
relief, and we got a
Jim's
sick
gonna
man
come out
who
of the
needs
woods.
help. I don't know why people can't see that.
Well, look at their faces.
Oh, she's in there now.
Yeah.
Watch it.
This fever's worse.
You save a grave for me?
Nobody wants that.
It's not about what you want.
So you're backing him.
What else would I do? He's my husband.
Look, it may be time for you to play the dutiful wife.
What habits?
Just talking about my need for a plan, man. Head to the CDC. You might be on your own. You gotta really consider whether you want to put Lori, Carl, that kind of spot.
If it was your family, you'd feel differently.
I looked after them like they were my own. That's what I did, man. I didn't mean it that way. You know I can never repay that debt, okay?
Do I hear moaning?
Mm-hmm.
Who is it? It's a don't.
Oh, no. Oh. Wow. Jeez, that's scary.
You saw that.
Who's gonna keep an eye on him?
What do you do?
Yeah. Mum's the word.
Mm-hmm.
I say the most important thing here is we need to stay together. Those of you that agree, we leave first thing in the morning.
I'm leaving a note and map behind for you, taped to a red car, so you can follow our trail.
Oh, crap.
Oh, jeez. Uh-oh.
Okay, I don't think they're gonna have to
I'm
go
not gonna go.
in the
I'm
morning.
not gonna go.
You're on your own. You don't have anyone to watch your back.
We'll take the chance. I gotta do what's best for my family.
You sure?
We talked about it.
Thank you all for everything.
Good luck, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's move
Check
out.
out old Jim first.
Mm.
I don't like her back there by herself. I'm so scared.
I'd be like that too, though. I'd be like, "Ugh."
That's all it's been so far. It's more duct tape than hose. And I'm out of duct tape.
I see something up
Duct
ahead.
tape.
It's Jim's.
Another damn tree.
You know, it's one thing to go to a funeral and say your goodbyes, but to say goodbye to someone you know is going to die.
Oh my God.
It's terrible.
It's day 194 since wildfire was declared, and 63 days since the disease abruptly went global. There's no clinical progress.
Mhm. Wake up. Oh no!
Oh my
It went
gosh.
inside! What does that mean? Oh no. It's gone through in him?
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
All personnel clear.
I'm tired.
Full decontamination in effect.
What's the matter? Oh no!
What? Oh my God, the whole thing.
They were our freshest samples by far.
Damn.
None of the other samples we gathered even came close.
He's by himself
I
and
think tomorrow I'm gonna blow my brains out. I haven't decided.
Oh my word.
All over the road. Ugh.
Yeah.
Walkers!
Oh no. Oh boy. He shouldn't open it.
He knows it's moving.
It moved. You imagined it.
Talk to him.
No.
Please help us. We have women, children,
Please.
no food.
Oh,
Let
good.
him in.
Did. Faint.
Okay.
Whoa.
Get in,
good.
quick. It's
Go
awesome.
in.
It's like angelic light.
Mhm.
He's got booze. He's got wine.
Well, that's
What?
probably can believe they're out there. I don't know.
Yeah.
He was drinking, so.
He was at his wit's end. He was going to kill himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next day.
So what do you think he was thinking in the CDC when he saw people talking at the camera, saw Rick talking? Like, what do you think was going through his head?
Like, they're doomed. Why did they come here? We can't help them. They came here for us to save them. We can't do anything for them. We have no answers.
So why wouldn't he let them in? Like, why was he taking a while?
Maybe he thought they were all bitten or something. I don't know. Attacked before that. But
I kind of think he doesn't want to give them any like false, hope that they can do anything. I mean, they can have temporary shelter, but there's nothing there for them.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of stuff that probably is going through his head, and honestly, like, even if he didn't want to let them down, I think that's pretty cruel to not even open up the doors to let them in to this big
brutal.
facility, so it's weird to think, like, what is he even thinking at that moment? I think
maybe he's just at his own wit's end where he doesn't, he was ready to take care of his own life, be done with this whole thing. All of his work just blew up. He can't even try to find a cure. The best examples he had, he just ruined. He has nothing. He probably doesn't want to resignate to these people, these desperate people, that how he just is such a failure. When he isn't. I mean, he tried. He had a mistake, but it's true. There's so many facilities. There's water. They can at least shower. They can get water. There is so many things that he can do for them that he doesn't think he can, but to them it would be, a gold mine.
I'm glad Rick was persistent too.
Very much so.
Yes.
He never gives up.
Otherwise, he doesn't.
I mean, all the thoughts, everyone had a good point at that moment, because it's dusk, it's getting darker, and we know that the walkers are more active at night. So they're stuck there. The closest place they think they may be safe is pretty far away. They have no resources. They don't have
and they have hardly any fuel.
So, they have to go on faith and just hope that, like, they were kind of debating that a lot in the beginning. Like, do we trust Rick's hunch or hope that the CDC is even available, that people will be there? I mean, even Shane was like, he didn't want to do that because there's just so much risk no matter what you do. Do you stay where you were before? I mean, even though there were walkers there, maybe you could set up a perimeter, or is it just unsafe now completely? They said it was deemed unsafe, but it's hard to really make a good call, and really know if it's the right one or not. So the guy at the CDC, I was like, well, he was ready to end his own life, like you said. And I was just thinking, like, maybe he was in denial at first, like, oh my God, there's actual alive people, like actual living people here.
Wasn't expecting anybody to be alive.
Yeah, and you kind of start losing yourself over time. Like, he's probably been alone for so long, and it's great that he was still trying to do these tests to see, but then when the whole place combusted and he couldn't go back in, like everything was destroyed, however long it was after that, he probably just gave up and, ready to possibly kill himself, and just didn't want to bother with anything anymore. So just hoping that they would leave so he doesn't have to, interact. Like, he could just kill himself and just be done with it, kind of thing. So that I also thought, but I am happy the doors did open, because that would just suck to just go that far. And really, hope is really dim at that point if you're going to try to drive off with no fuel and survive the night that close to the city. That's terrifying.
Then he's even going to really feel like a failure, knowing that he killed 10 whatever people. Ultimately. And that was the whole driving force, is Rick saying, you're killing us.
That was very
you're killing us. And
heartbreaking.
That's what got to him, I think. And it was amazing that he opened the door, because
thank goodness for Rick.
It's awesome.
I mean, the white glow at the doors was just so powerful, to be like, hope, give us hope.
That's right.
And how sad was it with Jim? making
Oh,
that
that
call
was
to
sad, yeah.
be left alone.
Yeah.
Thank God he did. Thank
Yeah,
God.
that's right.
You know, nobody, that whole thing, you know, burying their own and burning the dead, yeah, burning the walkers and burying their own. I mean, that was so heartbreaking. And then, you know, here you have someone that was bit, one of your, you know, camp members. I mean, what are you going to do? And, you know, Daryl, he is right. He needs to pass, but you just can't do that with Nick. You just can't do that.
I know, it's like
guy's alive.
and you hope
I
his
mean,
aim is on. Luckily, he, you know, was prevented from doing that. But
come on.
So thank goodness it was up to Jim.
Little barbaric, yeah.
His decision.
And we're seeing these other perspectives, which probably would happen. I mean, all these thoughts go through your head, like, what's the better way to do it? Like, you want to be humane, but you also want to snuff out the possible threat, you know, because you have others that, now you have one person compared to many who are still healthy, you know, and what do you do there? So we had options of take out the threat immediately, no choice, just take them out. You know, his choice, which was the last one that we saw,
That's right.
you know, just prolonging the inevitable. Do you just let the infection take over and him die like that? Like, how terrible is it going to be to die that way?
Right. So she waited all night for her sister to turn and then kill her. Thank God that she wanted to do it. She wanted to have control, and she took care of it. But it took that long for Amy to turn. So for Jim to turn, it would be, you know, so much longer because he's alive, or, you know, he's not dead yet.
So who knows, like, how long he'll have the fever and stuff before he dies. One thought that I had too was, I know it's his choice, and it shows like how good he is, where he doesn't want to even have a weapon because it's going to be useless once he's gone, and they could use it more.
They could use it. Good thinking.
So that was a nice thing.
That was very thoughtful.
That's right. Yes, was.
Hopefully, I mean, I hope he dies in peace. Dying from a fever is bad enough, but what happens if the undead is walking around there and decide to feast on him? You know, like, that I think is even worse. So that's what freaked me out the first time I saw that, and I was like, oh my God.
But I think he's so, he might be getting a little delirious. He's also just thinking of his family. I just want to be with my family. And that's what he's focusing on. And just closing his eyes, like that woman said, just close your eyes.
And hopefully he'll pass before anything happens.
That's all you can think about, because you left him there. And then you just have to think good thoughts, and okay, he passed away.
And Shane even said, because again, I love all the different perspectives where he's like, well, I feel bad just leaving him there. You know, and going to Shane too, like, he wanted to stay because he wasn't sure how much of a risk that was going to be. So what did you guys think when Shane was pointing the gun at Rick in the woods?
It didn't look too good, I'll tell you that. It was really scary. So, I don't know. I think Dale was looking
I think he's finally, it's finally coming to head what he, you know, he had feelings for his wife. And I think all these feelings are coming to a head, and, you know, these differences that they're having, Rick has no idea, but I have a feeling he's gonna find out at some point. And but with that said, I mean, I think he was just thinking. I didn't think he was gonna do it, but it
was scary.
he was just thinking about it, like, seriously. Maybe not now, but you know, who knows, he might try it in the future. But I mean, to see him get caught like that, I think, what are you gonna do? Like, he can't say. I mean, he does this, you know, he's a cop for a living. I mean, he knows what he's aiming for.
And
he knows damn well what his friend was wearing, and he knows there's 3 of them out there.
That's right.
So
I think
the
acting there was really good, because, like, in that moment, it was just powerful and scary, and the adrenaline rush. Like, I just felt Shane, like, maybe, like, what if? And then him actually putting down the gun, like, you felt him release the air he was holding. So it was almost like relief, like, oh my God, like it was such a rush for him. So do you think like he was shocked at himself that he did that? Or do you think he was relieved? Do you think he felt powerful in that moment when he was aiming the gun at him?
I think Shane was relieved that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad he didn't.
Me too.
I think he was, so angry with Rick for everything, for not what he, his leadership now is good and he knows people will listen to him. But I think he's just he's pretty ticked off at being second best because that people listen to Rick, and he's ticked off at him for a number of things. He had feelings for his wife, and then now he can't say anything, and it's very tension, and he doesn't have family there. He doesn't have, at times he just feels like he's by himself in a lot of ways. And when he was caught, he was like, okay, I'm relieved that I didn't, I don't think he was going to do it, like I say, but I think he was just like, I got to let this go. Or he might, I don't think he'll ever, really do it seriously, try to, but he was ticked off at Rick enough to point it for a while. I mean, he had, a good 10 seconds on him that he could have. And Rick had no idea, but I thought Rick was going to turn around and I thought he was going to get caught by Rick doing it.
Rick even made that comment too about, well, you don't know what it's like when you need to protect your family or something. And I know he didn't mean it in a bad way, but the way he said it was bad. And, Shane really took that to heart. And then Rick tried to take it back. And even though he didn't mean it in a harsh way, he still meant what he said. So it was just kind of bad, like saying that, like, I know what I need to do to protect my family or how to protect someone, but you don't because you don't really have anyone to defend, kind of thing. So that is kind of an insult, I think.
It is an insult because if he knew what he did before he even came to the camp, he was having a relationship with his wife, and he was really bonding with their son. So he almost felt before Rick came along,
he was family.
He was the leader of the group. Plus, plus he has Merle and Daryl, but he felt like a leader. But then he felt like he had his own family to take care of. And then Rick comes along and just swept that all away from him. So he does know what it's like to take care of a family, but Rick doesn't know that part yet.
Yeah. I mean,
he will find it out.
It's so crazy when you think about it, because they were partners for probably a long time, and they had each other's backs too. Like, things get complicated, and it's so easy to judge a person not knowing their story, and things can get really messed up, and for him to even point a gun at his old partner, like how far and crazy do things have to get, like bad do things have to get? Oh, I'm gonna attack my pumpkin for things to get that bad, like for him to actually turn on him like that. I mean, even though he probably won't do it, like he's pointed a gun at a long-term friend that he's known forever, and the thought was there.
It sure was.
So
that's deep.
What do you think Dale's gonna do, or if he will do anything?
I think he's just going to keep an eye on things and watch Shane. I don't think he's going to say anything. He might after a while, but
I don't think he'll say anything to Rick. I think he's going to have a talk with Shane.
Shane, probably, yeah.
I don't know if he saw the relationship he and Laura had before. I don't know if he had any windows before. He's a pretty observant guy up on top of that RV. You never know. They're going back up there for more frogs or something. Right?
Frogs, that's what they're calling it now.
That's right.
I love Dale's face, though. He has the best face for that. He's like, well, like WTF moment? What's going on here?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that scene freaked me out at first, because immediately I think everyone's going to die. And I'm like, oh, God, he's going to get rid of you somehow. I don't know. But I felt how intense it was and extremely awkward. Like, what do you do in that moment? So, and then him trying to play it off like it was nothing. You know, like,
Yeah.
I see,
Wow,
I
yeah.
see through that.
Yeah, I think Dale will bring it up at some point later on when
Yeah.
things settle back, back down.
So this episode was called Wildfire. Now I don't know if you
That
caught.
was the monitor. That was the station where the CDC guy was.
Wildfire,
Yeah, where it said Wildfire on the
Yeah.
video. So.
Oh boy.
Well, they made it to the CDC, and
Yes, they
it
just
is more relatable
didn't
to
say.
us because of the coronavirus.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We hear more and more
Hopefully
about the
there's not
CDC more than the
there's
last
not
2
a
years.
guy in there just drinking bottle.
That's the rest of the show. Like, they're all just getting drunk and,
my
we're
gosh.
going to stay here forever.
See how far I can throw this.
I mean, what a place to be in, too. I mean, it looks secure, right? I mean, you have these big, heavy doors, and the guy's by himself. There were a lot of zombies outside that didn't
They were shut
breathe,
down.
it
Down in
seems.
time.
Ooh.
So that's kind of nice instead of being out in the woods.
Yeah,
we
maybe
can have
he
sneak
couldn't get
attack.
out in time, and people were just flooding out, just getting out, and
that's
they
right.
got attacked, or however this virus occurred.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we
Like,
still don't know anything
there's
about,
one-
you
No,
know?
we
Fell
don't. You
asleep.
wonder.
You hear about getting bit, maybe getting scratched. And I was getting so paranoid, too, because I'm like, you know, here you have blood on things. Like, you have Daryl with the
That's right.
pick, and he's holding it close to his head. And Andrea with
wow.
Amy, and how Amy, as a
know,
zombie, grabs her hair. I'm like, what happens
Oh,
if you
yeah, I
get
was
scratched?
reading
Like,
about
these
that,
are all
yeah.
the things I was thinking of in the moment where I'm like,
Yeah.
any of this? Or
And they're
maybe
all
even
real
breathing
things,
in?
yeah.
Because even burning the dead,
That's
how do you
right.
know not like breathing in their ashes could cause something? You know, there's just so many things I would be thinking at
Right,
that
all
moment.
these unknowns.
But I guess you can't be paranoid about everything. Like, you just gotta
Yeah.
do what you can, and burning the dead's better than just having
Oh, that's right.
like infected corpses everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how they
Some-
separated the, their own too,
Yeah.
to be more,
Yeah,
I guess,
that
humane.
that was great.
Some experiment went wrong at the beginning of
experiment.
this. That,
You think
Hard
maybe
to
it's an
be.
experiment, or maybe it was some kind of disease that just
no, who knows?
Sabotage.
who knows?
War.
I don't know.
I know. So
It's
many
global
questions
now,
there.
so now we
Yeah,
know it's
yeah.
global. That's what the CDC guy said, it was global.
Yeah, and going to Carol really quick too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh,
How'd you
no.
feel about that
She
scene?
How many
really took that
decades
out
per
on him.
spike was that? This is for the
Boy,
first
she
10
was
years.
so willing to do it.
Second 10 years.
I mean, this show's brutal. Like, I
Oh,
know that,
boy, she
but
took
I
it out
almost
and
like
she kept going.
like I buried it or something, where I was like, wow, because it's always like right in your face with the gore.
Yeah.
You know, because even Carol like smashing her husband's face. Like, we see the skull smash open, you see the guts, you just see all the nasty flesh.
You know, it's
Oh my gosh.
even
Right in
Gerald
her
was
face.
impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like looking away a little bit, like,
He was
oh.
like, okay, I was just gonna do one time, but but
It must have
He's
felt
holding
good
back
to
a
her.
lot for a
It's
while.
like, this is for what you've been doing to me all these
well,
years.
yeah, it's almost like a punching bag. I mean,
Yeah,
you
she
hate
had
to
to
say
take
it like
it out.
that,
She
but
had
the
to
guy's
go.
already dead.
Yeah.
She nothing to do with her. You know, he was probably very abusive for many,
Yeah,
many
she
years,
took it out.
and she had to kill him. She had to hit him in the head. She
That's
did what
right.
she was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
know, she didn't probably have to do it.
She
3
overdid
times,
it.
but you
Just
know
wanted to
what?
make sure,
It's
you know.
she got her aggression out,
That's
and
right.
hopefully her daughter didn't see that.
Hopefully not. I know they have to keep the kids
I was
close,
worried
but
about where's the kid.
Yeah, she was in taking care of Jim after that, so she was nice and calm then. I mean, for
yeah, it's true.
taking care of him, you know.
Yeah, she was
took
helping
it
out like
Aggression
that.
out
So
on Ed, so.
yeah.
Mm.
So you guys, like, how do you feel about Walking Dead? 5th episode in.
Walking Dead is Walking Dead. That's right. The Walkers.
You like it, Mom?
It's okay. I'm getting used to it, hiding my eyes, whatever.
Do you like the story?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You like the
Yeah,
characters? We have
everybody
character development
characters
going
and,
on.
Yeah, definitely. It's really
I
good.
enjoy it. I enjoy the
Yes,
characters.
the
I
characters, that's what it
enjoy
is.
the different ideas and the dilemmas they have. I mean,
That's
there's
right.
real despair here. I mean, they don't know where their next meal is going to be.
Survival.
The water,
Yeah.
parts for vehicles. You got that RV that's awesome to have, but that hose, they need duct tape.
No, I was just going to say the duct tape. They
You
got
need
duct
duct
tape.
tape. You need to stop at the hardware store.
Yeah, and then that other family also split up.
Yeah, they
That's
made
right.
the decision. I think that was a poor decision, but they're being hopeful too. They're being hopeful
right.
that their people will be there,
Mhm.
and they're going in the opposite direction. And
They're by themselves too.
same thing, the same deal. You know,
Yeah.
gas, food,
Mhm.
parts.
And I hope Morgan and his son are okay too.
Yeah, so we
And
heard a
how
little
great
bit
is
about
Rick?
that.
Yes, me
Rick
too.
is doing that. You know, he
With
calls
Rick.
them every day, and
Yes.
Like he said he would, you know, and
Yeah.
hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully they get the message, you know. Like, do
Yeah,
you
I
think
hope
they
so.
will? I mean,
hope
Morgan
so.
and-
I hope they're still
You-
alive.
I hope
Yeah,
so
no,
too.
me too.
You know, he seemed pretty determined.
Mhm.
Never can tell though.
I would
And-
hope so.
Hope
And
so,
then they have
yeah.
to leave another note. Really be persistent to that camera at the CDC because we're in there.
That's right.
I know, right?
Because I told him to go to the
I think
CDC.
Rick was.
Mhm. Yeah, he did.
Oh, boy.
And Shane actually brought up a good point to Rick as well. Like, he kept challenging him with certain decisions, and he's like, when the other family decided to split off, Shane asked Rick, like, do you really think we're better off? Like, or what makes us better off? You know, you got the numbers and stuff, but everything is a risk. There's so much unknown out
Oh,
there
yeah.
that no matter what you do, there's always a chance. And the thing that sucks, that whoever's call it is, it's your fault. It's like on you.
Yes,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
dangerous too. But if you just cower and hide, I mean, you might survive for a while, but I don't think you're going to last long.
I don't think so.
You know?
No.
Right.
Definitely.
And what about Merle? I mean, they left.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
And he remembers where the camp is. He didn't get there in time for them to depart. So we don't even know if he's still alive.
Yeah. They'll see that message
else
that
he went.
they left.
Yeah,
They're
he
going to
might.
the CDC.
He might.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows,
So,
you know?
who
There's so
knows?
much mystery out there.
Oh boy.
So I think there's only one more episode left without looking at the title. Of this season. This is a very short season. And then there's more episodes the next one, and then I think a lot more after that. So I think it grows in numbers,
Okay.
episode
Okay.
numbers after that. So yeah, we got one more episode left to finish the first season. So you guys
Oh,
are almost
wow.
done with one season of The
Ooh,
Walking Dead. It's like the fastest one ever. So I think we'll end it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out our links below if you want to see the full reaction early. Love you guys. Please subscribe. Give the
Yes.
video the thumbs up because that really helps out the
Yes.
algorithm.
Mhm.
And we'll see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye. Give us a like.